Some landscapes are written in mountains. Some are whispered through rivers. Here they are carved into history itself, shaped by water, by wind, by time measured not in years, but in ages. This is China. Where stone remembers ancient footsteps, where rivers reflect stories older than memory, and where nature holds its own quiet empire of peaks, valleys, forests, and sky. A land vast enough to feel endless, a land delicate enough to feel alive in every breath of light. The journey begins here, through places that rise like legends, move like silk, and unfold like pages from the earth's oldest book. And before the names appear, before the rivers open and the mountains lift, there is a moment of stillness, a breath the land takes, as if preparing to reveal itself. Light moves slowly across distant ridges, touching peaks with pale gold, gliding over terraced hills like soft fingers of morning. Clouds drift in great slow waves, casting shadows that paint movement across landscapes older than kingdoms. Wind carries the scent of cedar and stone. Water threads through gorges in silver lines, a quiet pulse beneath vast sky. Even silence here feels full, not empty, but waiting, holding the weight of stories unspoken. Green rises in layers, bamboo forests rolling over hills like ocean, rice terraces curving in elegant patterns, valleys deep with moss and riverbed secrets. In one direction stand mountains that pierce the blue. In another, sandstone towers drift in mist like islands adrift in air. It is a tapestry woven from color and shape, from wind and water, from time so old it cannot be counted. And slowly the path opens. Mountains gather like guardians. Rivers wind like ink strokes across parchment earth. Formations rise that seem impossible until seen, and unforgettable once known. This is not just the start of a journey. It is an unfolding, a world revealing itself in quiet layers, as if each horizon is a curtain lifting to show another wonder behind it. Now, the wonders begin. Zhangjiajie, pillars that touch the sky. Stone rises like towering fingers reaching toward drifting cloud. Zhangjiajie stands as one of China's greatest wonders, a forest of sandstone pillars, each carved by rain and wind into vertical worlds of their own. Mist weaves softly between the columns, making them appear as floating islands suspended in pale morning light. Paths spiral along cliffs, glass walkways hang over great depth, and the horizon becomes a maze of stone, sky, and slow-moving cloud. This landscape feels impossible, yet it stands. A dream shaped patiently by nature. Huangshan, Yellow Mountain. Mountains of cloud and light peaks, shaped like brushstrokes, rise through seas of swirling mist. Huangshan holds ancient pine trees clinging to stone, as though painted there by a hand from centuries ago. At sunrise, light pours across jagged ridges, turning granite into gold and clouds into rolling waves of silver. Shadow moves slowly here, revealing new peaks and hidden valleys with every shift in the early sun. This mountain is a poem of stone, silent, calm, and endlessly breathtaking. Guilin and the Li River, water like silk between peaks, Here, limestone mountains rise like emerald towers along the water's edge. The Li River flows calm and slow, carving its way through green valleys with the smoothness of silk. Boats drift without urgency, mirroring the quiet pace of the land. Villages rest beneath the peaks. Lanterns glow softly at dusk, and reflections ripple like painted ink across the river's smooth surface. A scene that feels timeless, held in light, water, and peace. Jiuzhaigou Valley. Water that shines like glass, crystal pools glow in shades of turquoise, emerald, deep blue, and amber. Waterfalls lace through forests of autumn gold, and snow-tipped mountains stand beyond like silent guardians of color. Jiuzhaigou is a world of water and reflection, where lakes mirror trees so clearly that earth and sky seem to merge. Paths wind through ancient pines, and every turn reveals another pool bright as polished crystal, a wonder born from stillness and clarity. Harbin Ice World, a city made of frozen light every winter. Sculptors carve a city from ice, palaces glowing in blue and silver, temples rising like frozen crystal, bridges and towers lit softly from within. The Ice Festival in Harbin transforms winter into a world of shimmering geometry. Walls sparkle under cold, star-filled skies, and pillars of ice stand brighter than stone ever could. A man-made wonder, yet one shaped entirely by nature's element. The Great Wall, stone, like a sleeping dragon. Across ridges and valleys, the Great Wall stretches into the distance, like a living spine of history. It climbs slopes, turns along mountain curves, and disappears into cloud and horizon. Though built by hands, its presence belongs to the land, stone resting upon stone, wind passing through watchtowers with the same patience that shaped mountains around it. A wonder not only of culture, but of landscape. Danxia landforms, mountains painted in earth colors. Red cliffs rise like waves of firestone, striped in orange, gold, and deep maroon. The Danxia landforms appear as if the earth itself learned to paint, layer after layer of mineral color revealed by time and rain. In sunrise glow, the mountains burn with warm light. At dusk, they cool into soft violet, holding shadows like a calm breath between day and night. Unreal, and yet undeniably real. Longji rice terraces, hills carved like golden steps. Along the slopes of Guangxi, hills unfold in sweeping curves, terraces built like stairways rising toward the sky. In spring they shimmer with water, mirroring clouds and blue morning light. In summer, they glow emerald green, a living tapestry of rice and rain. Autumn turns them gold, each field shining like layered sunlight across the valley, a landscape shaped by earth and by hand, held in balance, season after season. by minerals and time. Color sweeps across the ridges in vivid stripes, red, orange, yellow, violet, as though the ground itself remembers ancient fire. No pigment lies on these hills. Only minerals layered through centuries bring out color when sunlight falls just right across the desert stone. A place where geology becomes art. Tiger Leaping Gorge, where river meets stone in power. The Yangtze River narrows here between towering cliffs, and water rushes with force, as if carrying the voice of mountains behind it. Tiger Leaping Gorge feels alive, white water roaring, rock shining with spray, wind sweeping through stone corridors like breath through ancient lungs. It is nature in motion, endless, strong, unstoppable. Mount Everest. The roof of the world. Clouds break around the summit, revealing the highest point on Earth, snow bright as a blade of light against endless sky. Here, the world feels vast and simple. Wind speaks in thin air, ice glows beneath sunlight, and the horizon stretches without boundary. Everest needs no voice. Its presence speaks for itself. Shangri-La, meadows, snow peaks, and quiet light in Yunnan. Grasslands meet mountains with soft, silver clarity. Prayer flags move gently in wind, and lakes reflect peaks like mirrors of quiet blue. Shangri-La carries calm like water, slow, still, and filled with horizon. The stone forest, towers of gray, shapes of time. Stone stands here like trees, sharp pillars rising from earth in a labyrinth of natural sculpture. Rain carved these forms over millions of years, slow as breathing, precise as a chisel held by the planet itself. Walk through the stone forest and feel time in solid form. West Lake, water, with the poetry of light, reflections move like stories. Bridges curve across still water, and willows lean softly above quiet ripples. Lotus flowers bloom in summer, pink and white like floating lanterns, while pagodas rise beyond the mist in gentle silhouettes. West Lake holds peace, as naturally as water holds sky. Victoria Harbor, a city meets the sea on the edge of Hong Kong. Water reflects steel, glass, and harbor wind. Skyscrapers rise like mountains of light, while boats move across the bay in slow sweeping motion. Day brings brightness, night brings shimmering color. The harbor never sleeps, yet always breathes with the rhythm of the sea. Halfway through the journey, the landscape shifts, subtle, yet unmistakable. Mountains soften into river valleys, rivers widen into lakes, and stone folds into rolling fields of green. Every region seems to breathe with its own rhythm. Some roar with waterfalls and wind, some whisper through forest shadow, and others rest in still water like dreams unbroken by movement. Here, nature pauses, not to end the story, but to turn the page. The colors deepen, the air grows cooler, the world feels quieter, as though China itself invites a moment simply to look. to listen, to understand the scale of wonder that stretches beyond horizon. For beauty does not rush. It unfolds layer by layer, like dawn rising through mist. And so the journey continues, through places shaped by rain and snow, through cities of ice and mountains of stone, through deserts of red light and lakes clear enough to hold the reflection of heaven. Ahead lie more wonders, each different, each vast, each carrying the memory of earth and time. As the last wonders come into view, a quiet realization settles like evening light that no single mountain, river, or valley holds the whole of beauty, yet each carries a piece of something timeless: stone shaped by wind, water carved by centuries, forests grown from rain and silence. These places do not compete. They complete one another, like chapters in a vast and ancient story written by the earth itself. And though the journey nears its final horizon, the sense of wonder does not fade. It expands, reaching beyond the places seen, into the countless landscapes still waiting beyond the next ridge, beyond the next river, beyond the next sunrise. Beauty does not end. It continues. Everywhere, the earth is still a Liu'e. Land shaped by cloud, rivers written in jade, stone that rises like memory. China carries landscapes that feel impossibly vast, quietly alive, and deeply unforgettable. For more journeys across the wonders of Earth, through mountains, oceans, forests, and worlds carved by time, subscribe to Most Beautiful, where every horizon is a doorway, where every film is a breath of peace.